Hey, with me here at Agba is Kidderminster Harriers manager Adam Murray. And Adam, I guess there's only one place to start. Are you more frustrated that 11 minutes were played, or are you more frustrated that you weren't able to see the game out from 1-0 up?
I think the one has a knock-on effect to the other, if I'm being totally honest. I think, look, I can't say too much, but it just bewilders me, some of the things I see. I wouldn't do the job the referees do, because I understand how tough it is. But the only thing you ask for is just consistency. We went into 10 minutes added time on Tuesday, and after the game, the referee went to see him, referee, linesman, fourth official. When we're in that amount of added time, we don't add time on in the added time. It's 10 minutes, and that's it. If it's 10 minutes, okay, if that's a rule, that's fair. And today, 8 minutes added on, and you end up going to 102 because they're adding minutes on. They get a goal kick, fourth official tells us there's 30 seconds, they then play 2 minutes. So it's just bewildering, and for me that's the frustrating thing, because in terms of the game, I think we've had enough good chances that we've got to finish to put it to bed. We kept them in the game. But I felt at times today we looked like we'd had a long week travelling. I think we went into 100 minutes plus on Tuesday, didn't get back till 3:30, 4. And look, I know it sounds like excuses when you've not won a game, but it is the facts of the matter. And I just felt some of the boys today looked like they were dead on the feet at times, and that obviously helped Macclesfield. But look, it's another game unbeaten, it's another point on the board, and we keep moving forward. As frustrating as it is now, and as high emotions are, unfortunately you can't change things like that have happened. And I honestly was optimistic this season that we'd come into the season and the standard of officiating would have been better, but unfortunately we're not seeing that at the minute.
Will you get an opportunity to speak to the referee, or have you had the opportunity to speak?
There's no point. I can't repeat what he said to some of our staff coming off the pitch, but it's just the attitudes that do me. I can't get my head around it. Like I say, I wouldn't do the job, but they choose to do it, so then don't have an arrogance about it. But it's tough. It's a tough one to take, because we've just looked back at 4 offsides that were given, and you can't make them kind of mistakes. There's 4 offsides that are blatantly onside that we're going through, and they're given. So look, let's not spend too much time speaking about them. The game overall, like I say, I thought it was slow. I thought it was a really sluggish game. But I think we created two chances we have to score from, and the game's done. And then at the end there, we're on our last legs and we're hanging on. So yeah, we move on.
I suppose if we try and focus on some of the positives, if you'd gone back a week or 2 weeks ago, and you'd been given the 3 wins and a draw from 4 games, I suppose you'd have taken that. Yeah,
definitely. And look, we are ultimately frustrated at the minute, and there's a lot of emotion in the changing rooms, a lot of emotion in the staff room. But when we get the chance to sit back and reflect and take the emotion out of it, it's been a really good week. It's been a really strong week. I think within especially the 3 games this week, the boys they can't give me any more. They've dug so deep, and they've left everything out there for me, for the supporters, in the away games and today. So that's all I can ask of them. And on another day it goes our way and it's another great win. But unfortunately today weren't meant to be for the 3 points. But like I say, another game unbeaten, more points on the board. We'll allow ourselves to be emotional tonight, and then we'll focus on the next game.
And in giving everything for the cause, you've picked up a few injuries. Do you know what, I know we're only just after the game, but do you know what the situation is with Alex Penny, Pierce Bird and potentially George Walker?
No, we'll have to wait to see how it settles down over the next 24 hours. But a lot of the accumulation of this week has led to that, and that's football. That's the way it goes. I think we made changes, a couple of changes in the starting 11 just to add a little bit of freshness. I was close to making a couple early on again, just because I did feel we looked so sluggish today. We looked like we'd gone into 100 minutes on Tuesday, and that look, they're human beings, they're not robots. So, but they dug in for me. They give me everything they got, and we'll see how the injured are Monday, and hopefully we'll look at having a couple of bodies back as well next week.
quick line on George Walker. How impressed were you with him on his first start for the club?
Yeah, look, he's earned the right. He's a really young player that's, I think he's got a bright future. He's not managed to force himself into the 11 yet, but he's been working so hard. He's been really putting his name forward to get a shirt. He came on Tuesday and I thought it was really bright. And then with the accumulation of games this week, obviously we lost Sanders due to injury. Seb wasn't 100%, so he wasn't worth the risk. So George had earned the right to take the shirt, and I thought he did well. I thought he showed in glimpses what he can bring to the table, and he'll only get better as time goes on.
And finally, you have now got a bit of a week just to take stock of things and have a bit of a break, and then it's the FA Cup. So is that an opportunity to try different things, or there's different competition? How do you see that?
I think the most important thing for us as a group at the minute is for it just being Saturday. This start of the season has been absolute carnage, and I think with the amount of games we've had, with the amount of things we're still, as a new group, we're still working on and trying to piece together. It's been not just physically but mentally really hectic. So to pick up the points we have and be where we are at the minute in the league, we're comfortable with, and it's given us a real good platform now to go Saturday for a while. Enable us to work on the training ground again, because that's been tough with all the games. Get back on the training ground, refresh mentally and physically, and like you say, then we've got the FA Cup, which we want to have a cup run, so we'll treat it as any other game. But I think the biggest thing is we take away the midweek games now for a while, which is nice.